All right, I'm back with another Vibe Coder October. So last time I used Figma Make to create a quick portfolio prototype. So a good starting point for building out a full portfolio. And what I wanted to do today is look at all, not all the other tools, but some of the popular vibe coding tools and compare the output of the exact same prompt. So I'm using the same prompt that I used last time. I'm putting the same images that I used for Figma Make and opened a bunch of tabs and just had them all working at the same time. Took a little break, walked away, and now I'm back to see what they came up with. So this was the original. We'll take a look at it again. This was the Figma Make output. So pretty clean, double column. I think they could improve the type hierarchy here a little bit, like I mentioned last time. Overall, very nice and clean, good starting point. Definitely could go in and personalize things a little bit more. That was kind of the first one that we tried out. Next, I'm going to take a look at Bolt. So let's see here, full screen. Okay, so this is Bolt. And again, like every time that you put the prompt in, the output will probably be different. So it's not to say that like every time you put a portfolio prompt in Bolt, it's going to look like this and have this layout. But this is what it came up with on my first try of inputting that prompt. And it looks also pretty clean. This one is more of like a single column, well, I guess double column, but single column for each portfolio case study instead of this one, which was a little bit different, or side by side with the text below, right? So different layout here, a little bit better with the type hierarchy. Looks pretty clean. Looks pretty good overall, like the footer. Let's see what it looks like when I click into this case study. All right, pretty similar. So we have this kind of impact section here, results section. So very basic, still room to customize this. They just gave a very basic template for that. I'm assuming this one's the same, just check. Yep. And let's look at the about page. So this is nice. This is a good idea. It kind of gives my journey, what I do. That gives some ideas of a starting point. Experience highlights, that's kind of a cool idea too. Got some icons there. And then there's a section to learn more about my coaching. So leading with testimonial. Oh, I guess it brought me to the middle of the page. So that would need to be fixed. But looks like it's kind of giving an overview of maybe some sections to explain what I do, testimonials, and then a way to get in touch, maybe book a call. So that's not bad. Overall, this is also pretty clean. Really similar, but you can see this one's maybe a little bit cleaner. It's a little more simple. This type feels a little bit big. There's room to play around with it. Okay, so next let's check out Replit. How do I do full screen here? Preview. No, I think I need to close this. Okay, cool. So this one, leading with a little bit bolder headline. We got these 2-column cards, so that's kind of nice. Each project is contained in a card. Really nice hierarchy. I like how they use these little eyebrow badges for the company, using an accent color here. Pretty clean. I also noticed the coaching section is on the homepage, so let's see what that looks like. So this looks pretty nice. This is very clean. testimonials, contact section. And again, I didn't prompt specific content for each of these pages. I just kind of gave it the basic navigation, the project covers, and what I wanted these to say, but I didn't go as far as to describe what I wanted on the about page or the other pages. So this is kind of just the tool doing its thing and filling in placeholder information for me. So this is pretty good. Not bad. Has a form for contacts, so might need to figure that out and do an integration or something. Might be easier to just send to email or LinkedIn at this point. But yeah, looks good. So let's check out the next one. This is so exciting. I love this. Really cool to see the output of different tools. Okay, so this is Lovable. So Lovable went with like a gradient heading, very designy. I don't know if I love it personally. It's not my style and it doesn't go with my brand, but I think this could be fun. Let's see. I don't love how this is like not lined up. That's a little bit of an OCD thing. Yeah, the case studies look good. So there's an accent color going with the colors up here, bringing it together. Good hierarchy with the type. Nice clean footer. We'll see what it looks like when I click into one of these here. So this is nice. This is very clean. A lot of room to personalize here. I like the 3-column impact section. This probably isn't needed so much at the end. I think this would all need to change, but it's a good starting point. Let's go to another one. Same layout. Cool. Let's check out the about page. This is nice. So giving kind of ideas for sections again, background, design philosophy, areas of expertise. This is kind of a nice scannable area that could be helpful for recruiters, hiring managers to just get a general idea of maybe some of your strengths. It has this mentoring and coaching section that I asked for. And here we are with an overview of services. What you'll gain, that's kind of a cool idea that I can use. What is someone going to gain from working with me? And then some testimonials that I can fill in here with my own content and a way to get in touch. So they all kind of have that get in touch at the end, but coming up with different ideas for the sections and the layout of the page. All right, about, yep. Could add some images and things like that. Contact, using the accent color from before, carrying it through, email and LinkedIn. What to expect, that's kind of interesting. If you reach out to me, this is what you can expect. This is when I'll reach out to you. This is what our conversation might look like. That's kind of a cool idea. I've never seen that before. All right, next one is Claude. So I haven't figured out, I don't think, and maybe someone let me know if I can, but I don't think I can view full screen in Claude. But this is what it came up with. So bold heading. I noticed that the images are not showing up here, and I don't know, I'm not super familiar with vibe coding in Claude. I don't use this tool for that. I usually use it for other things and ideation. I really like Claude for my day-to-day, but haven't tried coding something yet, and I don't love this output compared to some of the others. I don't know why it's showing up like that. We'll check out about. So my professional journey. I like this design philosophy section. That's kind of cool with these cards. This is very scannable, easy to read. Beyond design, this would be a great section to add some of my hobbies. I could add images of me doing those hobbies, hiking, traveling, all those great things, and sharing a little bit about me beyond design. Let's see the coaching page. Actually, the coaching page is pretty nice. Has a little bit more personality than the others. So some of the things I can help with, testimonials, how it works, that's great. I love a breakdown. So, you know, how is it going to work if you decide to start working with me, and what is that process? We're going to have a consultation. I'm going to give you a plan. Maybe I personalize this to actually be what I do, but this is like a really cool idea for how to get people on board and understand what it's like. And here's a place to schedule a call. Cool. So it needs still a lot of personalized content and links and things like that. Here's the contact page. Also pretty clean, pretty nice. This one is combining both links out to contact me as well as a form. I haven't seen any of the other tools do that yet. I don't really know if it's necessary to have both. I think one or the other is fine. And another plug for the coaching. So this one's not as good as the others from what I can tell so far. And the last one was base 44. So already this is looking really clean with the type. I'm liking the font that they used. And I like the subtle color in the background, though I don't know if it works well with the background color of my images. So I might need to play with that a little bit. So this is nice. Again, good type hierarchy, a little bit of a hover. I like this little highlight section with the orange. This is really clean. I think the Bolt one had this kind of alternating image and text, but I prefer layouts like this that feel a little bit cleaner and easy to read going down vertically. Yeah, so like this is super clean, super nice. Very good starting point. Let's take a look at this one here. So this one's leading with the impact at the top and going through the different sections for the parts of my process. Again, like a lot of need to customize this later, but it's a good starting point. I like, again, the results being pulled out in this way. Let's go back. Yeah, this is super clean. Love it. About page. Nice section at the top. This is another place I could add image again. I like this philosophy section. A little timeline of my experience. That's kind of cool to get an overview of my roles. I don't always know if that's so necessary with LinkedIn. You know, it's very similar to LinkedIn, but I think this is a nice way to do a quick scan. And then there's a mentor and coaching section. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, this is really clean and nice too. I like the icons. I like these 3-column ways that I can help. Testimonials, and another section down here to contacts. So all of them did slightly similar but different variations of each of the pages, each of the layouts, the type used, the colors. So I'm curious to know which one do you like most? So drop it in the comments below. Let me know which one that you like and why. Which one is more in the direction of something that you might like for yourself. We have this one again, Figma Make. This one was Bolt. Replit. Is it Replit or Replit? I don't know how to say that one. And then we have Lovable here. We have Claude and base 44. All right, look forward to the next one. I think next I'm going to try to prompt each one to add like a scrolling logo section of some of the companies I've worked at and see how the output compares in each. So that'll be my next task, and I'm looking forward to sharing it with you. Try it out for yourself.